pakai kayunya pakai gini semuanya kerudungnya rapi tuh.
The next event is welcoming speech. The first speech was from the Chief Executive of English Webinar 2023. We invite Putri Wulansari Tambunan to join us. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Ms. Professor Hayang FK Medicus, as a Director, Poltekkes Kemenkes Banten, Honorable Ms. Dr. Citra Trisnamas, as the Head of Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Honorable Ms. Ranti Dwi Astriani, SSM Biomed, as a Major Secretary of Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Honorable Mr. Arif SSM Kus, as Student Affairs of Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Honorable Mr. Raul as the Chairman of Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Honorable Mr. Adam as the Chairman of HMD of Medical Laboratory Technology Department. For that, let me introduce myself. My name is Putri Wulansari Tambunan, and I'm as the Chief Organizer for TLC and English Webinar. First of all, let's say our best attitude to God, who has given us mercy and blessing so that we can be attend this event without any trouble. Before that, I would like to thank to all of the audience members who took the time to take part in English webinar. And I would like to thank to all of the audience, thank to all of the contestants for TLC competition to give your best during the competition. As we know, this event aims to improve our ability to speak English. We know that English is very important. English is our international language. We also know that being able to speak English makes it easier for us to seek the knowledge comes from all over the world. We also know that almost all of the best books are written in English. We can also continue our education at the best university and even abroad. We can add to our future job opportunities. With our English skills, we will be more easily accepted. English will open our eyes to see the perspective and knowledge from the different world. Mastering English can be difficult, but the difficult, it is our perception that we need to challenge ourselves out from our comfort zone to learn English now. Don't look English from the perspective of how the difficult grammar or maybe tenses, but from the perspective of how at least we can speak English. I hope this webinar will be run smoothly until the end of the event without any problems and make us care about speaking English. I would like to thank also to all of the coordinators to help me so much in order to this event can be run without any trouble. Last but not least, that's enough from me. If I break some words, I beg your pardon. Thank you so much. I return to the MC. Thanks to the chief organizer of the English Webinar 2023 event.
The second speech from the chairman of HMJ Medical Laboratory Technology. We would like to welcome Mr. Adam Fitriansyah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greeting of virtue, peace, and health to all of us. Honorable Director of Poltekkes Kemenkes Banten, Mr. Professor Dr. Hayat SKM Menkes, Honorable Chair of the Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Ms. Dr. Citra Trisnamars, and the Honorable Secretary of the Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Ms. Ranti Dwi Asriani SSTM Biomed, and the Honorable Stenographers of the Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Mr. Muhammad Arif Fadila SSTM Kes, Honorable Mr. Harun Asbullah SS MPD as a speaker in the English webinar. But I'm proud of my colleagues in the organizing committee of BPMJ HMJ TLM 2023 and happy audience. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the esteemed lecturer who have kindly agreed to be the judges in the TLC competition, and to Mr. Hasbullah SS MPD who has kindly agreed to the speaker at this English webinar. I would also like to extend my thanks to the organizing committee members of BPMJ HMJ TLM who have worked hard to make this event a success. I hope this event runs smoothly until the end. I would like to thank the participants of the ELC competition and the English webinar who have shown enthusiasm in participating in this event. It's important to know that TLC and English webinar are new programs from BPMJ HMJ TLM 2023, aimed at increasing the knowledge and creativity of TLM students in English language. And this event is also as a preparation for the TLM department to send their delegates to the National NHPR competition or National Polytechnic English Olympiad. So it is hoped that TLM students can achieve excellence on national level. I hope this event is beneficial for all of us, and please forgive any shortcoming in this event. That's all for me. Thank you and apologies if any mistake were made. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Chairman of HMJ Medical Laboratory Technology for his welcome.
The third speech is delivered by the head of the Medical Laboratory Technology Department, Mrs. Dr. Citra Trisnamars. We would like to welcome Mrs. Dr. Citra Trisnamars.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Mr. Professor Dr. Kayan SKM Menkes, as Director Poltekkes Kemenkes Banten, Honorable Mrs. Ranti Dwi Asriani, M. Biomed, Mr. Muhammad Arif Fadila, Mr. Asbullah SS MPD, Mr. and Mrs. Jury in this today, HMJ, BPMJ, and committee who have worked optimally so that this activity can be carried out. Invite guests and participants, Banten Poltekkes students. Before we begin, let's pray and thanks for God who has given His miracle, mercies and blessing, so we can attend this meeting without obstacles. Salat and salam be with our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has with us from darkness to the likeness of time in this world, as well as in the next world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thanks you for the TLC and English webinar activities with the theme Reset the Limited with the Knowledge of English. This activity is expected to add to our knowledge and insight because we must respond to the challenge of globalization by preparing ourselves more optimally. Given the importance of this activity, it is hoped that the participants can take part in this activity as best they can. By saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, the TLC and webinar activities are officially opened. I apologize for any mistakes. Thank you for your attention, and let's hope that this activity will run smoothly and be useful experience for all of us. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to Mrs. Dr. Chitra Trisna Mars as the head of the Medical Laboratory Technology Department.
The next event is the delivery of the speaker. Before that, first, I would like to allow the moderator to read out the CV of the speakers. All right, let's turn to the moderator, Irfanuddin. We would like to respectfully invite you.
Thank you, MC, for the opportunity. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and greetings to all of us. Introducing myself, Irfanuddin Asmawi, as the moderator on this session. I would like to thank and welcome Mr. Hasbullah SSMPD as presenters this time. I also thank the 2023 webinar participants for being willing to take part in this event. Good before presenting the material, previously whether Mr. Hasbullah was present in the Zoom room. Mr. Hasbullah was present in the Zoom room.
I'm here.
Next, I will read the CV of Mr. Hasbullah SSMPD first. Hasbullah SSMPD. Hasbullah latasa2@gmail.com 08184394430. Personal details: name Hasbullah, born and date of birth Pinrang 90 January 190,071, gender male, address Grand City the Extension, religion Islam, nationality Indonesia. Educational background: Bachelor of English Literature, University 45 Makassar 109,098, Master of English Education, University Prof. Dr. Hamka 2011, qualification or training, British Council Indonesia, the importance of English language assessment 1 October 2020, British Council Indonesia, the improving English language assessment 8 October 2020, PPIC Curug, jury of English Jibat 5 until 8 March 2020, Poltekkes Banten Jury of Storytelling Dis Natalis 9 November 2020, Yunis Tangerang How to Write Journal Article 13 April 2017. Work experience: Lecture in Poltekkes Banten 2015 present. Lecture in Banten Institute of Health Science 2007 present. Lecture in Lebisi Institute 2009 present. Director of Indria Learning Center 2011 present. Lecture in Sheikh Yusuf Islamic University 2011 present. Lecture in Muhammadiyah University of Tangerang 2009 until 2015. Lecture in Trisakti Institute of Tourism 15 February 2013. So extraordinary our speakers in today's webinar. There are so many experiences that can inspire you all. For that, let's go directly to our presenter, Mr. Hasbullah SSMPD. I invite you.
Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Is anyone clear my voice?
Yes, Mr.
Well, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the world, the infinitely good, the all-merciful Master of the day of the judgment. Salawat and salam be upon to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who saved the human life from the destruction in the safety. Well, audience, for webinar audience, good morning and welcome to our English webinar. Before I deliver my speech, first, as a Muslim, I would like to asking for dua for increasing our knowledge. The first dua I would like to read, Rabbi zidni ilma. Oh my Lord, increase me in knowledge. The second dua I would like to deliver, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan thayyiban wa amalan mutaqabbala. Oh Allah, indeed, I ask you for beneficial knowledge and a good halal provision and action which are accepted. Amen. Well, audience, for the webinar audience, I have something that I would like to start with. First, I would like to read some of the greetings. Let me check from the notes that I got. First, I would like to greet for Prof. Hayan SKM MKes as a Director of Poltekkes Kemenkes Banten. Second one, Dr. Chitra Trisna Marx as a Head of the Medical Laboratory Technology Department. And the third one, Mrs. Ranti Dwi Astriani SST and Biomed as the Major Secretary of Medical Laboratory Technology. And the next one, Mr. Arif Fadila SST MKes as a Student Affair of a Medical Laboratory Technology. And the next one, Raul Gonzalez as a Chairman of BPMG Medical Laboratory Technology. And the next one, Adam Fitriansha as a Chairman of HMG a Medical Laboratory Technology. And last one, Putri Wulansari Tambuna as the Chief Executive of TALC and the English Webinar 2023. And for also my beloved students, because I'm sure that a lot of participants here are students. So I also to greet you that Barakallahu fikum. Hopefully that we always guided by Allah. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. And good morning everyone. Well, thanks. First, I would like also to thanks to the Poltekkes, especially medical laboratory technology, that who give me a chance to share a little knowledge that I have for all of participants, webinar participants, and hopefully the knowledge that you get from me, you can, what we call it, that implementation in your life. This is the most important one. Well, the class, I would like to make a kind of a session of interactive webinar. So in some of time, I would like to open for the chat box to give your opinion. So we can have also the webinar, interactive webinar. Okay, well, I'm here. I'm given 120 minutes or 2 hours to deliver my speech, to deliver my presentation. So I hope that we can use 2 hour time maximum. Well, now let me go directly to my slide. And then by the time we can have the interactive discussion. Excuse me, the MC. Later in some of the video, because I use the application for the video, maybe I will ask you, let me to be what we call it, a host for sharing for some of the video, because this is only the PDF file. Yep. Okay, class. If you look at here, our first slide, this is actually the host of TLM. Yeah, you call it this TELC. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Can I share my slide? Wait a minute. Is it possible to share? Can anyone see? Can anyone see the slide?
Yes, yes, Mr. Ken.
Right.
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Thanks for your confirmation. Okay. Well, I'll start by here that on the first slide, we have this flyer. And then if you look at here, this is TELC or TLM English Language Competition. And you have some theme here. The first theme is the implementation of collaborative strategy in English competition to improve your English skill. I think this is that you have for your what we call this a theme for your TELC. And also you have English webinar topic. You call this research the limit with the knowledge of English. Research the limit with the knowledge of English. This is a very wonderful topic that you choose. So research the limit with the knowledge. Yeah, right now, if you look at this topic, and then now the word of English is open. And then for the students, so you can access right now English without limit. You are at your hand right now. So you can see the word. You can talk to anyone. Yeah, this is the main topic that you put on your flyer. Research the limit with the knowledge of English. So don't feel satisfied with what we have right now. But again, that you have to search. You have to looking for, you have to need to find it in any sources that you can improve your English. Yeah, this is the topic, the main topic, or the main topic in your on the flyer. Okay, the next one I would like to have first here, and this is the topic or the theme that you want me to presentate: the importance of English in the world of health. This is the topic that you asked me to presentate: the importance of English in the world of health. Well, if you look at this topic, everyone agree right now, since in the past that people thought that English is very important. No one deny that. Everyone can say like that, that English is important. Yep. For this topic, it's a more specific. So the importance of English in the world of health. Yeah, we already know that your institution is running in a health program. In Poltekkes Kemenkes Banten also we have some departments. We have some nursing, midwifery, and you have also your medical technology laboratory. This is what I know, but maybe you have also another department that may be new for this campus. So everyone, especially who study already in this campus, need to have a kind of what we call it is contribution. You must have contribution to the world of health, especially from our campus. This is the small globe. Yep. Okay, this is the first comment that of this topic. And next one is before I read the importance of English in the world of health, I would like to start first by having the first point on my slide is EFL. So EFL. So in the complete one, we call it English as a foreign language. So now we live in Indonesia, and our status now for the English as a foreign language. Yeah. So what is English as a foreign language? Yeah, usually English that we study, we learn in here, we would like to use it with other English speaker in the world. As far as I know that also the chief of event organizer also telling that they want that you as a students and later on you are graduate, so you are going to use English in your communication. So as we see that English as a foreign language, because right now English is not our first language. So we have Bahasa Indonesia. So this way, English, we still call it English as a foreign language. Okay, so I hope that you got the brief definition of English as a foreign language. The next one is, we have also another term, we call it this ELF. So what is a ELF? For the complete abbreviation of this is English as a lingua franca. The first one is English as a foreign language, and here English as a lingua franca. So here we have, I put 2 points that what is the definition or the concept of English as a language franca. The first one is language is between two people, used between two people who don't share the same language, for whom English is not their mother tongue. So let's say right now, maybe right now there are many other people from different country come to Indonesia, and when you already communicate with the speaker who not from Indonesia, so this is, we call it this English as a lingua franca. And for the future of English, I am really sure that English as a lingua franca will develop, because there are a lot of people from different countries work in Indonesia or looking for a job here. Okay. The second point, I think this is has also the same idea, is a language that used for communication between different of people, group of people, each speaking in a different language. This is, I thought, really bit clear. So what are the two terms? Yeah, the first one, English for foreign language, and this one is English as a lingua franca. Okay, now let me go to the next slide. Okay, I would like to ask the student to write on the chat box. My question is, who are the healthcare professionals that you know? Who are the healthcare professionals that you know? I wait more than around 1 minute to write for the chat on the chat box. Okay, so there is from Umar Ali, if I'm not mistaken, right? Doctor, but sir, check about the spelling. Doctor, yeah, D-O-C-T-O-R, right? That's about. Thanks, doctor, nurse, medical laboratory technologies. Thanks also for Raihana. Yeah, apart from this, there are a lot of we have also from Nadia, doctor, nurse, MLT, radiologist, and pharmacist. Right. Thanks for your contribution. Thanks for your answer for my opening questions. Right. Okay. So the first, why the importance of English in the world of health, we already know that who can contribute to promote health to the world. Of course, you are all people, all professional that who work in a hospital or work in a health sector. So you already mentioned, like here in the slide I put pharmacist, radiologist, lab technician, nurse, doctor. So all this has a job to promote health to the people, especially the people who visit our country, and then you can communicate in English, because as we already know that English is a international language. So this is the first point. How important is English? It's a very important. English, especially later we discuss about what kind of English for health categories. Okay, the second one, English is used in all over the world. As I already mentioned before in the previous slide, that right now people use English in all over the world. I take these statistics, and then you can look at here. You can read that English language statistics of 2022 in the UK and worldwide. Look at here, how much? Approximately 1.35 billion people worldwide. Wow, this is amazing number of people who use English. So we already know that English is used all over the world. So what is your role? What is your role here by knowing English? So you can promote, you can share health issue. If you are in a let's say you are in a care health worker, let's say like nurse. So this is the time for you to communicate with the people who are visit, of course, maybe in some hospitals or clinic that you work with. This is a very amazing number of people who speak English in all over the world. It's the second. And the third one, language is a means of communication. Yeah, as stated before by the head of chief of the event organizer, that they want that students or graduate able to communicate without thinking too much with the rules of the grammar construction. Yes, and this is a lot of people, a lot of students comment that English is a difficult. So I think from today, you have to put upside down that English is easy. So, and remember that the means of communication is to deliver the message. So that's the point. So when you are able to communicate with them and then the message is already be delivered, that's it, the communication. And then by your time, day by day, by your time, and then you can have also self-study. You can have a self-study to improve in the areas of English skills. Yeah, let's say grammar. Yeah, you can have time. You can set up your time to study about a grammar or the rules of the English construction. Yeah, but the point that is English is a means of communication. So you communicate with your patient that visit the hospital that you work with, or when you are in a society, for example, and then you can use English for promoting health. So how the people can live healthy. And this is your job. Yeah, especially because you are the people who are in the front line in the health. So here, doctors, nurses, midwives, pharmacists, and medical medical technologies also as well, also has job to put English as a communication. Okay, the next one. The fourth one. Future professional careers. Yep. We cannot deny that English plays an important role in the future professional careers. Why we call it that? Is anyone can write on the chat box why we call that English has a plays an important role for future professional careers. I wait your feedback or your comment on the chat box. Okay, everyone, you got the okay. Yeah, well, later maybe you have some idea related to future professional careers. Where we start the career first. So you're starting from, you are as a job seeker. So fresh graduate. When you graduate from this university, this is institution. So what you have to prepare for that? In the job seeker, there are 3 language skills that you have to improve. The first one is in writing. What is in writing means here? In the job seeker, you have to write application letter. You have to write CV in a well structured. So when you don't have any English background, English skill, how to get the good writing. That's the first one. And the second one, in a job seeker, you need to have English interview. Sometimes, one of companies, one of the hospitals have English interview. So this here, so you have to understand about what is the questions asked by the interviewer. So if you don't have any good speaking ability, so how to give feedback, how to give a response related to the question. Yeah, and the next one is also future professional careers related with the English here, that working healthcare professional. So people don't just stay in one place usually. So even they already have a work, they have a job already, but they still want to get another opportunity, perhaps because of the challenging job, perhaps in the hospital, for example, and then you move, and maybe also with a well pay, the salary that you earn, and this who can back up this is English. So as a health word, yep, what is the relation with the future professional careers later on, when you already have this job, and then you have time also to promote English to other people from different countries by having a career in healthcare professionals. Okay, this is, and the next one is, I thought this is the 5th, right? I hope that you write down. A patient care. Medical laboratory technologies, you want also the patient care, because you care the patient. Maybe jobs like nurses. But as far as I know, when I the last time I what we call it, that my blood, yeah, check with the blood test. So I communicate with the staff who work with that department. So English is important here as a communication again. For what? For doing the task of your routine in the clinic or in the hospital or in the department that you work with. So we have to say that communication in a global communication, and then for patient care, this is a more specific communication, because you communicate with the patient who that you meet with, and with their what things they need from you all. Here that the patient care, yeah, as a doing about your communication with the task routines, it can also have chance for you to share health for all over the people all over the world, yeah, who, for example, they visit our country, and then you have an English background, and then you can communicate with them. Yeah, the next one is the manuals. Again, if I go to the students related with you are from the laboratory technologies and the English, as you look at the previous slide, that is about routine. And for more specific on your job, usually you have to the manuals. So what is a manual here? The instruction manuals for various machines, and the instruments are frequently written in English. So when you don't have an English skill, how to understand about the instruction of the instruments when you have a poor comprehension? So again, that the importance of English in the world of health is a very also crucial. Is also very crucial for people who are already right now, both for students in health and for those who have already worked in some of areas, some of the hospitals, or some of the clinics that you work with. So again, that the importance of English in related with your routine, and then manuals, the instruction manual also plays very important to make you successful in doing your job. This is the fifth one, and the last one is internationally. So right now you attend about the webinar, and even the speaker, a local speaker, I speak in English, and of course to understand about, to get about the message from me, of course you need the skills of listening. Yeah, of course. And moreover, if you are also attending the seminar, maybe held by your campus, and then the speaker from other countries, yeah, from English speaking country speaker, and they speak, of course, in English. So how to get the message if you don't have any good English skills? So again, to promote health in the, let's say you are in the seminar, in the conference and the congress, yeah, of course, this is a great chance for you to tell them about the health. Yeah, because you are have ability to communicate in English. This one, some of the importance of English, especially in the world of health. In the next slide, I go with another aspect, another component that a student have to prepare for yourself to be agent of change of how the word of health is known by the people. Okay, so the first one here that we have a kinds of English. So the students can you write on the chat box what kinds of English that you have followed out of the 3 kinds of English here that I presented. Please, if you have experience, is anyone maybe taking a course, perhaps? Yeah, you can write on the chat box if you'd like to share your ideas about your experience of studying English in some kind of here. So English, the kinds of English that I show you here on the slide is there are 3. General English, we short form for GE, and then EAP or English for academic purposes, and ESP English for specific purposes. Oh yeah, General English, this is from Nadia, and EAP Putri. Yeah, Putri already has followed about English for academic purposes. GN a bit with the EP. Yeah, so this is not new for the student that you have experience of studying kinds of English. Okay, let's look at here. What is a general English? What is a general English? So general English is designed for people who want to improve their real life English core skills. So this is why we already have that a 4 skill in English. So a real life English. So people also say like everyday conversation, this one. So as we already know that when we meet the people, we of course starting our conversation usually with the real life English. It's a general one. With the general ones. Yeah. Okay, and this is the definition of general English. The other point of general English that you don't have a particular reason for going to English classes. Yeah, so it means that you just study English yeah, is any moderator can also help me if there is some point that I miss from the students. Nothing. Okay. Okay, class. So this one is general English. So English that for everyday real life, everyday English. Yeah, and also some people just studying for themselves. They don't have any specific purpose why studying this English. Okay, the second one is we have English for academic purposes. So as you are all students right now, so what you have to prepare for yourself is English for academic purposes, because you are still in at the university. You need English language academic text. For examples, right now, maybe you read some of the journals, English journal, this is academic English. So you read a textbook Yeah, for examples, maybe related with your course. And those are usually written in English. So here, English for academic purposes, you can improve for both of written and then also with the oral, with the spoken, sorry, or written and spoken. Spoken that you're able to present it in English academically, yeah. For the written, especially like maybe you read some of the academic texts. This is English for academic purposes. And the next one is English for specific purposes. So I'm sure that English that you read right now, and this one, English for specific purposes. So why? Because you already are into this program. So you need to prepare yourself after studying the general English, and then you have to go to the next level of English, English for specific purposes, legal language, specific English. Yeah, here I put on my slide like language for tourism, banking, nursing, medical laboratory, for example. There are right now many areas of English for specific purposes. Yeah. How about the students? So which English for specific purposes that you have studied? Write on the chat box. Maybe you have experience, studied English for specific purposes. Does anyone have experience about studying English for specific purposes? Any? Oh yeah, we have Rayhana again. For specific purposes, studied English for medical laboratory. So Rayhana perhaps already studied English for medical laboratory. That's a good point. So you need to challenge yourself for studying a more specific English. And if you look at right now that English medical laboratory is a very rare sources that we can find it. I remember when I was still in your what we call the department, and I was assigned to teach English there, and I have to find hard sources that are relevant to what a medical laboratory. Yeah, this is one of them we have, but I think we have to order it from the imported one. But we don't have in a local one. But if you have one, the material, I think you may share to the campus. So our campus also can have specific English for medical laboratory. Especially maybe they can put in a library, so a lecturer or student can study it also as well. Okay. Next one. The next point I would like to discuss is the 4 English skills. The 4 English skills. I have question to the audience. which skill do you think is the most important? Is the most important to study, so we can have a chance to share, to promote health in all over the world? And give me your reason, a short, in brief. Write your ideas on the chat box. Which skill here, out of the 4 skill, that you need to study first, you put it as a priority first, even they are also important, but which do you think is a more challenging? You can write on the chat box. We have Putri. Speaking, because from speaking we can communicate with other people, especially people from other countries. Exactly right. Yeah. Speaking. And this is the one that students or all staff and professionals that need for communication. So you need to have a skill in speaking. Even that in the speaking also we have some of support our speaking. We need some specific skill as well. In there we have like pronunciation. We have to understand also, of course, about a number of vocabularies that we have, so we able to speak also fluently. Now this is also the most challenging, right? Okay, all of them, because all of the 4 skill, they are all related. Yeah, Nadia, you're right, Nadia. Yeah, all of them, because they are interrelated. But right now, as also another speech from the opening, they said that you have to be brave to speak. So that means that you would like to put in the priority is the speaking. Yeah. 2 ideas of it. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for your ideas. Okay. As we already know that the 4 English skills, yeah, ideas from students that they are related, they are connected one another: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So let's discuss one by one of these each skill. A listening skill, starting from the listening. Yeah. A student can improve the listening skill and gain valuable language input through a combination of extensive and intensive listening material and procedures. As we already know that we have 2 kinds of listening sources: extensive and then intensive one. So what the difference in extensive and intensive? So most extensive that you can have is so you're listening from outside in the classroom. So you're listening to, let's say, from the YouTube, people speak there. Let's say they have a kind of session of chit chat topic, chit chat discussion in the in the general topic, and then you listen, and then they can improve also a part of example of the extensive listening. While for the intensive one, they're mostly that you listen from your teacher, from your lecturers in the classroom, when they are, for example, delivering the material into English. So in there, you study listening intensively. We call it that, intensive listening. There's the difference between intensive and then extensive listening. Yeah. The other here that you need to acquire good speaking habit also from the result of the listening. Yeah. Because when you listen, of course, you have a lot of information that you listen, and then you're able to transfer them back to other people. And as a result of the spoken English that you observe, and that it can help you to improve your pronunciation. Yeah. So because listening, including there, after that you have speaking, and then you have also in the speaking we have pronunciation. Yeah. Okay, students. The next point, the next component in a language skill, elements of speaking. Okay. So for the element of speaking, if students want to be able to speak fluent in English, they need to able to pronounce phonemes. So it's a word symbol of sounds correctly. And also in the speaking also pay attention to use appropriate stress and intonation pattern. And then again, you can speak it later on in the very, let's say, a fast way, connected speech. Yeah, but there is more to it than that. Speaker of English need to be able to survive in typical functional exchange too. So if you look at here, the elements of speaking, the importance of English in the world of health, you are part of professional, and then you have English background, you have English speaking ability, so it can, what we call it them, it can help you to transfer, to send your message to other people from different countries, for what message, what information that you give it to them. By what? By having the correct pronunciation. So you have also straight the intonation. And again, you have the functional exchange too. So I give example here. There is a sound 1 and sound 2. I need one student. Maybe you can unmute your microphone. Does anyone want to try to pronounce the sound 1 and sound 2? Please. Who would like to try? You can unmute your microphone and read this. Is anyone? Yeah. Anyone want to try to read? And you also you read the words, you pronounce the word, and also you pronounce the sentence. You read the sentence in the correct pronunciation. Okay, you may. Does anyone wanna give a try? Does anyone want to give a try? How the pronunciation with the sound 1 and sound 2? Yeah, because Aura Niandoro. Yeah, please, Aura. Unmute your speaker.
Ship and chip.
Ship and chip. Can you read the sentence in each sounds?
We like chips. We like chip.
We like chips. Yeah. Ship and chip. This is phonemes. Phonemes, pronounced with the phonemes, with the symbol S and H. The symbol is the phoneme is sh. While with the C and H, the symbol like ch. Chip. Ship. Now this one. So how to communicate with the people if you don't have any clear pronunciation? Now this is the part element of speaking that you need to pay attention a lot. Okay, the next one is stress and intonation. So what is a stress and intonation? So you place a stress on the word that we have. Yeah, here we divide it into 3. There is a first syllable, second syllable stress, and then the third syllable stress. So if you look at here, the first syllable, so here you have to pronounce the A, here you stress, accident, accident. This is the first one. So you stress on the first, while the second syllable, while the second syllable, you primary stress on the second syllable. Syllable study with the here, acceptance, acceptance. So you stress on the sub, and the primary stress on the third syllables. You can see the almost the last of the syllable of this word, afternoon, afternoon. Okay, does anyone want to give a try? One student from male student, because there's no, Nadia again. Nadia, please try Nadia.
Accident.
Mm.
Acceptance. Afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon. Yes, thanks Nadia for your what we call participation in pronouncing the stress. How about the intonation? The intonation, we already studied that when you make a conversation, when you make a dialogue, sometimes you have to pay attention to the intonation. So intonation here, I just give example about rising intonation and then falling intonation. So as we already know that where we put the rising intonation, mostly in the question is a yes no question. Yes no question. So you have to have a rising intonation at the end of your question. So you can say, will you stay? So this is a rising. Will you stay? Do you like chocolate? Sorry, do you like school? Do you like school? When you have falling intonation, so usually when you respond about the question, you can say, no, I can't. Yes, yeah. Do you like a school? Yes, I do. So you have to falling in the response of the question. Okay, I need 2 students. One student asking the question and the other student answering, responding the question. Please, 2 students to read the examples. Yeah, maybe the student who participate, maybe from campus will give a reward, perhaps. Is there? Yeah, please. I need the 2 students to read. I need the 2 students to read the example of intonation. Yeah, there is Nadia, partner. One more student. Bismillah. And Raihana, please.
So who read the question?
Nadia, perhaps.
Okay. Will you stay? No, I can. Do you like school? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Thanks. So these are the element of speaking. So even if you put speaking as a priority, but you have to also pay attention the elements of the speaking, because we have also some convention in the speaking. We have a lot of also component we have to pay attention. Okay. The next one is I would like to move to the reading skill. Many of our students have studied their main motivation to learn English by what? Is to be able to speak the language. This is also according to some sources of the book that I read, that actually the motivation of the student to study English is be able to speak the language. Again, that this is about speaking skill, communication, oral communication. So yeah, right now this is what we call it a trend for people that who like to speak the language, especially English. They don't consider reading. Yes, they don't really consider reading. It's important. This is a teacher experience. Yeah, my experience, well, when I ask the student, they actually, when I assess the student for evaluation, like practical English at the end of English program, and then they practice their English. So actually, sometimes I'm speechless. I'm speechless when I look at their student speak English in front of me, in front of the group of students. Even they, let's say, the comprehension, understanding of the grammar constructions are poor, for example, but they have what we call it, motivation to speak the language. I think this is also a good point to start. But again, I also remind you that when you have the speaking ability, you have already fluent, and then you need to also improve your English by studying the grammar, the correct pronunciation, and many more. So by the time, day by day, you will improve your English as well. For reading, well, right now, even also reading, we have intensive reading and extensive reading. As we see also about the listening, we have intensive reading and then extensive reading. So for reading skill, intensive reading one that you have to improve, like reading your textbook. Yes, of course, you have to read the textbook in English, and then you get the point. And then by having that, so you get the message. You get the message from what you have read. Another one is reading. Reading is also a need to what we call it that the student pay attention also to read kinds of the research paper, or reading a journals, English journal from maybe medical laboratory technology, and then you can broaden your knowledge about issue around your department by reading some of the journals, some of the research paper written by local and also the international people or scholars. Yeah, this is the reading. And a part of intensive reading, you also need to have extra a reading habit, like reading extensively. Maybe right now, you read like maybe from the Instagram, because now it's a media. So you read that, and in that, if you still have time, also you can read like reading a novel, reading this is extensive, reading the magazines. If you still have a magazine right now, you read a newspaper. So it can improve also your reading habit. Yeah, because a lot of sources say that when you read a lot, you have a lot of information. You read a lot, you can have a good, better writing. This is connected, integrated. Yeah. So how to improve, how to, what we call it is, promote a reading habit. Maybe the student also have what we call it, that you have ways of improving your reading habits. Yeah. Or maybe, well, I need the your ideas, how to, what kind of habit, reading habit that you have done right now. Write on the chat box. What reading activities have you done right now? What do you read? Yeah. Okay. So we have here novels, motivational books, and then textbooks. Yeah. So reading, I watch a K-pop drama. Oh yeah. Comment from social media. This is a part of the improving reading comments. Is a extensive reading. That's good. So novels also extensive reading. Textbooks actually not part of extensive, but there's also improve about your English. Textbooks can go to the intensive reading. I'm using English subtitle. Yeah, this is also English subtitle. So you read the lines and comprehension for to translation. Yeah. Read bacteriology module, and this is a part of intensive reading. Your lecturer has given for study, right? Yeah, thanks for your feedback right now. Yeah. Okay, the next one is, we have the last skill. Oh, this one I have explained, intensive and extensive. And we have writing. Before I explain about writing, I need your comments, your ideas, why some people thought that writing is a difficult among the other skills in English. You write on the chat box. What do you think? Why do you think some people thought that writing is a more difficult? We have one response. Because of the grammar, Mr. Yeah, Putri, you right, Putri. That how to have a good writing, the fundamental skill that we have to study is a grammar, language construction. So how to, starting by word, phrase, starting with the sentences. In the sentence, you have to check about verb agreement. What is the subject? What is the verb? What tenses they have to put in here? Yeah, you're right. But don't be pessimist, don't be discouraged by having a poor grammar understanding, and then you don't want to start writing. So start writing from anything that you like to write first. Perhaps maybe you can start by writing your diary. You write some note when you listen to the lecturer, and then you start to write a note. You write about the most important point, and this is improve our writing. Yeah, I only have Putri. Yeah, give respond or give ideas why some people thought that writing is more difficult. No one else? Out of the grammar, what else we need to prepare? Yeah. Okay, let's read. Let's see here on the slide. Being able to write is a vital skill for speaker of foreign language. So there is no way out that you don't have you not want to write. You need to write because a vital skill. Yep. And the second one, literacy has been seen as a desirable skill. Here, right now, school, campuses promote about literacy. So they want the student to read. They want the student also to write. Because this one, we have step down about the habit of writing and the habit of reading. So I'm really sure that I also hope that after you listening from today's presentation about writing, and then you can start by writing from the simple word, the simple sentence, and then it can give you a good habit to have to write in a paragraph, and then you have about composition. Yeah. And then the next one is the third point. Most exams often rely on the student writing proficiency in order to measure the knowledge. Later we discuss about the exams, but exams writing, yep, especially when you have international exams, tests, usually ask the test taker to write one of the topic that given. And here, of course, we need to have background of grammar construction, comprehension of grammar, understanding grammar properly. And the second one is vocabulary, enough of vocabulary, so we can express what in our mind. And also in writing, you need to study about the structure of writing. For example, in writing, we have the opening of paragraph, and we have the body of paragraph, and we have conclusion paragraph, concluding paragraph. So here we study again. In there you have to write about, let's say, the topic sentence. You have to support your sentence. And this one that need to study to have a good writer. Because another technique I thought that you can improve your writing by reading some of the research paper. Because in writing research paper, the writer, the scholar, have understanding, have a good comprehension of writing academically. So not just a free writing. Yep, this is a writing. Okay, class, the next one is vocabulary. Okay, I would like to ask the student why vocabulary is a very important in English language learning. You can write your ideas on the chat box. Why vocabulary is important in the language learning, especially English language learning. Well, student, you can write your ideas. Yeah, because we have from Putri Wulan. Because from vocabulary, we can speaking and understanding. Yeah, Putri is right that vocabulary can support speaking skill. Yeah, of course, by knowing about the meaning of vocabulary, the meaning of words. So you can understand, and also you can speak the message that you would like to deliver, you would like to bring to the other people. Okay, the next point also from Nadia Ferista, because vocab is the basis of all language, I guess, Mr. Yeah, you're right. Vocabulary is a basis of all language. So let's take example with the listening. How can you understand the listening? How can you understand about the listening speech when you don't have any vocabulary, enough vocabulary? This is of course really what we call it that plays important role in other of language components. Yeah, you're right. Look at here. There is a statement. I take it from sources from How to Teach Vocabulary. And in there is a statement that's very, very, what we call it that, for us. The statement say, without grammar, very little can be conveyed. But without vocabulary, nothing can be conveyed. So what does mean? This is from David Wilkins, a linguist. Meanings that you need to study vocabulary first. You need to study words. Because how to express your thought, how to express your ideas when you don't have any word, enough word to express out. So again, we can say that vocabulary can be integrated to the other language component, like listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And also vocabulary, yeah, vocabulary plays important roles in our communication. Yeah. Again, here you can read the last fourth line from the last. This is from Delar H. State that if you spend most of your time studying grammar, your English will not improve very much. So here, this is a statement that you can keep in mind, that don't spend much time studying grammar, but again, also spare your time to improve your English by studying about vocabulary, about words and vocabularies. Yeah. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. The next one is, I would like to, this is the skills, the language skill that we have. Actually, vocabulary is some sources put that vocabulary is a part of the language skills. Yeah, but as we already know that mostly that language skill only listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But vocabulary is another component that it can integrate it to the 4 language skills. Okay, now I have a simple video here. What I want you, what language skill are practiced through this video? Wait a minute, share the sound. Yeah, everyone listen.
Hi there, I'm Andrew, one of the final year medical students. Could I just confirm your name and date of birth, please?
Hi, Amanda Gilbert, 6th of
Can you
February
hear?
1992.
Excuse me, audience, can you hear the video? Excuse me. I check for the audience. Can you hear?
Nice to meet you, Amanda. And today I've been asked to take some blood from you.
Yep.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
This will just involve using a small needle and
Check.
inserting it into one of the veins in your arms. Might be a touch uncomfortable, but won't be
Check
painful.
video.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are you allergic
Hello, student. Yes, mister. Okay. Okay, right.
to anything at all?
No.
Fantastic. I'll just gather my equipment and then we'll begin.
Okay.
Sharp scratch.
Sampai pada hari ini banyak hal yang sudah.
Okay. What language skill are practiced through this video? Write your answer in the chat box. What language skill are practiced through this video? We have studied 5 skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing, and vocabulary also. Yeah, I have listening, speaking, and reading. I don't know for the reading. Do we have for the reading? Speaking and listening, yeah. I think reading, perhaps reading if we have, let's say, a manual instruction. Yeah, sometimes we have also, maybe for example, from the pack of the instrument. So you have to read the instruction. That's also part of the reading. But again, here, listening, speaking, and practice also vocabulary. Yeah. Okay. Next one. I'm almost about to finish. This is the session of last point, a standardized English test. As you already know that right now, there are a lot of standardized English tests around us. And what are they for? Yeah, of course, to check or to measure our English. And then we have a specific test to know about that, our English. So here I presented, there are 4 standardized English tests. First one, we have a TOEFL, we had a TOEIC, IELTS, and for OET. So let's start from the TOEFL. So TOEFL, yeah, or test of English as a foreign language, is a standardized test to measure the English language ability. And then what are tested in there, as we have like TOEFL for paper-based TOEFL, we have listening comprehension. And then for part 2 or section 2, you have grammar, structure, and then written expression. And the last one is a reading comprehension. Actually, TOEFL also has a writing, but they are usually out of the 3 section in the one of test time. But the very popular one is only 3: listening, grammar, and reading comprehension. Yeah. So the graduate student, I really hope that you will have time to test your English by taking the TOEFL test. Yeah, hopefully that you may see your English ability, your proficiency by doing about the TOEFL test. Okay, the next one is we have IELTS. So IELTS is a international English language testing system. This is also English language test for study, migration, or work. So when you want to study, let's say you study perhaps in Australia, so some campuses, university, they require you to have the IELTS score. And then for challenging English right now, so I think in your part of your time, so you need to try to have the IELTS test, because we don't know about your career, your opportunity, your chances to study or maybe to work in another country. And that's also part of how to promote language, what we call this, health to the world. Yeah. And the third one, we have the TOEIC. For the TOEIC, or Test of English for International Communication, or TOEIC, is international standardized test for English language proficiency for the non-native speaker. As we live in Indonesia, we are non-native speaker. So TOEIC is a what we call a proper test that we can also follow. And then for the TOEIC test, usually designed to measure everyday English skills of people working in international environment. Yeah, for example, you work in a one of the hospital, perhaps one of places, the health institution or health of work, and then to have to enter about the place, so you need to follow, you need to take about the TOEIC test. Some also company put the TOEIC test as a promotion position, a promotion, job promotion. So they test their employees to check their English proficiency. Yeah. And the next one is the last one is OET. Yeah. So maybe some of you is new for OET, or occupational English test. This is designed to meet the specific English language needs. So remember, we have English for specific purposes in the past presentation. We have English for specific purposes. And for OET is a good test to measure our English specific for these purposes. Yeah, because it can assess language proficiency for the healthcare. Actually, we have 12 different areas of the healthcare, like nurses, yeah, doctors. In some countries, they require the applicants to have the OET test. Yeah, because they will know about our language skills by taking this test, and then they also set up about the score they have. This is, I think, the end of my webinar material. I have only 1.5 hours, almost 10:30, and then for the rest of the time later, I would like to respond some questions if I have a ability to answer your question. But I have a keyword for you all: agent of change for the future in the world of health. This is my presentation for today's webinar, and I hope what I have explained, what I have presented for you all, it can be beneficial to me especially, and also maybe for the audience as well. I close for the being time, and I deliver to moderator.
Well, thank you to Mr. Hasbullah, SSMPD, who has presented the material. Because the presentation of the material has been completed, for participants who want to ask questions are welcome to activate the microphone or press the raise hand button by introducing their name, class, and the question they want to ask. For participants who want to ask questions are welcome to activate the microphone or press the raise hand button by introducing their name, class, and the question they want to ask. Yes, Rega.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rega. May I ask a question, Mr.?
Yeah, go ahead, Rega.
Okay. When I watch English speaking video on YouTube, I can understand what you're saying, but when I try doing listening test practice, I can barely understand what you're saying. So my question is, what makes it difficult to understand the listening test while you can understand those English speaking video? Thank you.
Yeah. Is it directly answer from moderator MC? Directly answer the question? Yeah,
Yes.
right. Okay. Rega complain about understanding about the listening. Well, as you already know that listening material that we listen is have level of difficulties. For the test purposes, for example, you take a TOEFL test or IELTS test, the listening has a very high speed. Why it's difficult for us to understand, to comprehend? Because first, we don't get used to with the listening kinds of the listening like that. So first, make yourself listen over and over about the listening test that you are listening with. That's the first one. And the second one, I think you can start by having the level of from lower level of the listening, and then you up to the higher level of the listening. By doing that, you have a progress. You have a progress. Starting from now you can understand what I am saying because I speak not really fast. And the third one, what make different what you listen and from me, because you listen from the native speaker. I'm not the native speaker. I'm the local speaker. So they are quite different, of course. What material we listen for the testing, listening for tests, for example, and then listening what I have delivered my speaking or my speech for today. So the best solution is listen over and over again. Don't just one time, but you listen back and then you download the audio and then you listen and then you practice to get the point. What is the ideas of the speech, for example? Yeah. And the last one, of course, for testing, you need to have a kind of preparation, test for preparation. It depends on your need. For example, maybe you like to take a TOEFL test. Yeah, you need to have a TOEFL preparation class, or maybe from the campus as well. That's, I think, Rega, why difficult listening to understand from me compare listening from the test. Yep.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Mr.
Yeah, welcome, Rega. Oh yeah, we have question also from Raihana Auranian. The question from Raihana from 1B. How do we practice speak in English since mostly we use Indonesia for communication? I think this is a good question from Raihana. As you already know, Raihana, that English in Indonesia is remember our discussion, the first slide, English as a foreign language. So what is English as a foreign language? English not spoken by the community. English is not our first language. So here people speak Bahasa Indonesia. So how to practice that? Right now there are many ways to practice your speaking skill, your speaking time. The first one is you need to have a community who have the same goals to practice their English. So if you are still 1B class, so it means that most of your time you are at the campus. So why don't you join with the English club that already set up at the campus? And the second one, find friends that who have the same aim, the same ambition, what we call it, ambition. They want to practice their English. They want to have speaking skill abilities. And the third one, this is the media of time of media. We have also some of the free speaking club all over the world, and then you can speak with the native speaker. Some of them, they have like that ones. So there is no way if you don't have any community. Yeah, remember from our your campus in some months ago, they also visited some places in Java. What is their purpose is by practicing their English. There are many ways that we can do based on our time and our budget, of course. But for me, I think the best one is by having community. That's, I think, my ideas. Raihana. Ya, Nadia.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Nadia.
My name is Nadia. I'm from 1C. I have a question, Mr. When I am having a conversation with someone in English, I only can understand what the speaker is saying, but it's hard for me to give feedback or reply what the speaker is saying. My question is, can you give tips for me to speaking properly and tips to learn English in fun way? Thank you, Mr.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for Nadia. There are two questions that you addressed to me. The first one is respond to the questions, respond to the speaker. Yeah, indeed, this is also part of the difficulties that found by the students. So when they make a conversation, sometimes they don't have any ideas how to respond. Well, what makes them like that? The first one, because of their practice time is limited. I think they don't have any kind of spontaneous response. So how to build up spontaneous response? First, again, like the question before that, you need to have kind of the group of people, group of students, community who want to practice their English. So by the group, so you have time to practice your English, and then you have time also to respond when your friends ask you some question, some topic. Yeah, this is the first one. And the second one, how to improve our response to the question is by studying, having a praise, a note, praises response to the question. You need to have to write that, and after that you can practice it. So this, we call it this a paper dialogue conversation. So you have to print out paper conversation, and then you read the line 1 and line 2 is a response like that. Also, I have also ideas. In a one time, I have checked from the YouTube. There is a English proficiency. I forgot the English influent, if I'm not mistaken. This the way of the native speaker from there. They have a screen. They have a dialogue screen. So you read the screen question, and then you respond from you. For example, on the screen stated, "What's your name?" From the screen dialogue, like that, and then you have to respond directly from your mobile phone or maybe from your tab. You say, "I'm Hasbullah, I'm Nadia. What do you do for a living?" And then you respond again. "Oh, I'm a student of medical laboratory technology." So time by time, when you have a practice time with the different ways, and also this is a very fun way. You speaking from the native on the screen. You can check later about English, fluent in English, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot the YouTube channel. Yeah. That's, I think, the other one. And the other one fun way is if you have time to meet the native speaker on the spot, for example, you go to perhaps Bali and then you practice your English there with the native, or you go to Kota Tua. I heard that some students say that there are a lot of tourists there, and then maybe there's also one way to practice our English lively by having a conversation. Yeah, that's Nadia, my feedback from me. Of course, there are many more tips. Maybe you can also what we call this share from the other students. Yeah. Anyone else question? Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else question? We still have yeah, please, Azgiatun Nisa.
Okay, Mr. I have any question. My name is Azgiatun Nisa Aminsyah. I'm from class B. Mr. As millennial, we certainly use the internet more for our daily activities. Does Mr. Hasbunallah have recommendation for YouTube channels or other social media accounts to learn for English? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you right. This is a millennial time. And me myself, I think right now what I'm teaching, what I use for the teaching is usually using some video as well. But for like Instagram, I think yeah, I found like English with Lucy. There's also the channel. That's very good one to practice our English. What else that I have? Yeah, English with Lucy. You can practice with your speaking by the British. Yeah, English with Lucy. Lucy, Lucy. Maybe you can check from yours. And there is also fluent English speaking practice. This one, the from English speaking practice. You can check also that one. There's also English fluent, become a fluent. Jadi ini bagus ya. Please visit English speaking practice from the YouTube. You can check. For Instagram, I don't know whether they go to Instagram as well, if I'm not mistaken. This I have. Okay, the other one is practice your listening by having TEDx. TEDx. What is a TEDx? TEDx. Can you check that? TEDx. This is a program, English program that lively and then set up by different kind of different speaker from all over the world and then different issue. Do you find it? TEDx. TEDx talks. Yeah. TEDx talks. Is anyone? You find it? That yeah. TEDx. X, yeah. This is maybe some of tips. Right now, I think there are many students also doing TikTok. They are doing TikTok for having English, but I don't have any TikToks. But I think sometimes when I see the Instagram, sometimes there is also TikToks past. Yeah, sometimes this also improve our English because a short video and then repeat and repeat. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's respond, I think, in the millennial time, using the internet, using the YouTube, using the Instagram, and then using videos out there. And also for live, you can visit some areas spot with the native speakers. And also there are a lot of maybe like a free English online class. I think you may check also like that. Yep, that's from me. Anything else?
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Yeah, you're welcome. We have 5 minutes to go, perhaps. MC?
That's enough, Mr.
Oh, that's enough. Right. Thank you. Excuse me, MC. Do I have to stop sharing? Stop sharing the PowerPoint? May
Yes,
I?
Mr. Yes, Mr.
Yeah. Right.
Alhamdulillah, today's series of events have been carried out well. We thank the speakers who have shared the knowledge with all of us, and thank the participants who have listened enthusiastically today. Before we conclude this session, allow us a commit to serve the excellent moderator for today. For the operator, please share screen.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, enough. Finally, I, Irfanuddin Asmawi, resign. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I return it to the MC.
Well, thank you, Irfanuddin. Thank you also to Mr. Hasbullah to your result delivered to all of us. Hopefully, the knowledge conveyed can be a lesson for all of us and can make us better people than before. Amin.
Now, let us watch the video from our sponsor, Marina.
Marina Hand Body Lotion Natural, baru dengan Wonder Food Formula. 24 jam melembabkan, menutrisi, dan melindungi. Dan melindungi. Everyday Wonder Food, kulit sehat ternutrisi 24 jam dengan Marina Natural.
Healthy Skincare, Marina Expert White and Glow baru dengan niacinamide bantu regenerasi sel. Bersihkan wajah dengan Whip Facial Foam dan nutrisi dengan Moisturizing Gel untuk kulit sehat, cerah, bercahaya. Marina Expert White and Glow, advanced formula for total glow.
Menyegarkan, membuatmu berbunga-bunga. Dengan Marina, beri semangat jalani perubahan. Inspirasi sejuta wangi sepanjang hari.
Baru, Marina Go Ready Cover Fit Refresh Cushion untuk flawless finish dengan chia seeds oil dan perlindungan SPF 30 PA++. Marina Glow Ready Moisturizing Lipstick dengan sweet almond oil, ringan dan lembut di bibir. Baru, Marina Go Ready Cover Fit Refresh Cushion untuk flawless finish dengan chia seeds oil dan perlindungan SPF 30 PA++. Marina Glow Ready Moisturizing Lipstick dengan sweet almond oil, ringan dan lembut di bibir. Transfer Proof. Marina Glow Ready Eyeshadow dengan warna-warni intens, aman, dan tahan lama. Marina Glow Ready Chicken Lip Gel dengan argan oil, warna sehat natural untuk pipi dan bibir. Marina Glow, siap pancarkan cantik sehatmu. Alam memberi kita inspirasi. Juga untuk Marina Natural Hygiene Series, pelindunganku sehari-hari. Kupakai Marina Medical Protective Mask baru dengan 3 lapis filter, halal, lembut, dan nyaman di kulit. Melindungiku saat beraktivitas. Inspirasi dari alam untuk kelembutan kulit dan kekuatan untuk lawan kuman. Marina Natural Antibacterial Hand Sanitizer dengan natural alkohol melindungi dari virus dan bakteri. Extra moisturizer-nya melembutkan kulit. Marina Natural Antibacterial Hand Sanitizer Cream baru dengan tea tree, eucalyptus, natural antiseptik, dan aloe vera. Melindungi dari kuman, juga melembabkan kulit. Aku selalu bawa Marina Natural Hygiene Series. Marina, siap lawan kuman, siap jaga lembut kulitmu.